linebacker Harrison Butker ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Mike. Watch the pass.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we
The
go.
last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Hey, Haywood!
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
I got you.
Coming to you, coming to you. 53's the Mike, 53.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Slam.
11. Hey, gun.
53, Mike.
X3, 218, chopper.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Here we go. 13.
Switch up.
Hey, high 7.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
I got you.
Hey, let's get in that hole. 53's the Mike, 53. Check.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That'll be complete to Breida. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
Hey, alert. I got you.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
21. Here we go. Hey, gun.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
One, Omaha.
Throwing on second and long. Garoppolo, flush to his right. There goes a deep ball. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, 36 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Speaking of Damian Williams, great Super Bowl. 17 carries, over 100 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. Charles, he also had one through the air. Did you think he would have that type of a game?
I wasn't sure that we would see that type of a game, but I knew he would be a part of their offense in terms of trying to break down what San Francisco does, that he would get the bulk of carries. But did I see 104 yards on the ground and a touchdown? Probably not. Did I see him catching one as well, 133 yards of total offense? Probably not. But give him his due, because now, in his postseason career, which is 6 games, 5 of them with Kansas City, 1 with Miami, he scored 11 touchdowns.
Wow.
So on the big stage, the big lights, he produces, and he actually won the battle between undrafted free agent running backs, because his total versus Raheem Mostert, who ran for, I believe, 58 yards and a touchdown for San Francisco, advantage Kansas City, advantage Damian Williams.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
It's a gain of
43.
Chiefs.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and 15. At the Niners' 17-yard line.
Hey, check mark 33. Check mark 33.
From the 17, Mahomes. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Yellow.
Watch the run.
Mahomes now on first down. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
Hey, Sunday on Sunday.
Man, I got you. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4".
Here's Mahomes to throw. Flushed out right. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
11.
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
53's Mike. Check.
Hey, orbit.
Here we go.
I got you.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Hey, we got
Garoppolo to try again on second down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Hey, gun.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
On first down, Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow, they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at the 40.
53's Mike. Check.
I got you.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Finding some room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Chiefs 14, 49ers 7. Harrison Butker to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that?
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. After the sack on first down, Mahomes. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep throw across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Here we go. 180.
53 is the
Lock.
On first down, here's Breida. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
Here we go.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Come to me, it's me.
At the Chiefs' 40.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves him with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Hey, gun.
Check 53 is mine. Watch the run.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
First and 10 at the 26.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jared McKinnon. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here we go. 180.
53. It's been a long day.
21.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Hey, gun.
At the 9-yard line.
They run again with Breida. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, and you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
56.
Hey, exit.
56. Coming.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Kill. Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Play. Check through. Hey, Ripley. Hey, caller. Buzz.
Mahomes to throw once more. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sherman. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Anthony Sherman, 31 yards. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to it.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the shit. 43.
51 to Mike, boy. 51. Come on, baby.
Yellow.
Sponge. No. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. On 1st down, Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Mahomes going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Here we go. Like 20.
They can't hang with us.
Hey, gun. White. Hey, Alpha.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
11.
No. Let him know.
Block.
Garoppolo on 1st down. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Hey, tight. There you go. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 15. Check 1. Omaha. Check 9. Check 9.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo.
He's checking crap.
Man open. It's Goodwin. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
56. Mike. 50. Hey, Charlie. 56. Hey, gun. 56. Mike, 56. Let's pick it up. 2. 12. Check 37. Check. Black. Watch the safety crease.
They'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
13, 12, 21. Bristol, Travis. Hey, box truck. 56.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Hey, wahoo!
6. Mike, 56. Right.
21. Here we go.
Who that? Check 4. Check 9.
21. Kill.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Matt Breida, he scored on the ground and through the air. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter. All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here?
56. Check.
12. Go.
Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
So down only 2 now. Still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have 1 timeout. You look at the clock, and let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
They'll run on first down. Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Yellow.
At the 46-yard line.
Watch the slant. Hey, switch gears.
Hey, color. Hey, Sunday. Go. Hey, let's come up. Hey, let's go. Come.
To throw is Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Mahomes to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.